Hey everyone, it's your gruffy old alpha's uncle cowboy here, and I am catching up on the latest XG stuff. I was on the ball with the release of Gala and the behind the scenes stuff, but I have been a little bit behind catching up on the post stuff because I'm adjusting to a new schedule at work, been busy with life. There was a massive earthquake where I am, and that kind of scared the shit out of me. So I'm still kind of recovering and getting my groove into doing stuff that kind of calms me down, including reacting to XG stuff. So I've been trying to catch up. I'm gonna link in the description to their channel, to their Patreon, but XG Princess. Shout outs, massive shout outs, because they have been uploading all of the stuff you can't see on the app and all the stuff you can't see on YouTube. Stuff like the MDSK performance, the Strawberry Festival performance. So that was the first place I got to see the gala choreography, but that was a couple of days ago, maybe a week ago now. So I don't remember much of it. So I'm gonna go through these, both the moving version, which came out a while, and I was kind of dreading reacting because I'm so late, and now luckily the fixed version came out, so we're back. Like I said in the gala reaction, I was missing the times when we would have bonus behind the scenes dance practice stuff because these are so valuable. These are so interesting because it really shows actually when they don't have to sing at the same time what they are actually capable of in terms of dance. So really excited to get into it. I'm just gonna go straight into the moving version now. So this is moving version is usually the one they play for the music video and for the cameras the camera movements for live performances. And then the fixed version is obviously just going to be a fixed camera, and we can see like the formations and everything as is. So I'm going to go straight into the moving video. I might be pausing even in the first watch just to get through both of these at the same time, but hopefully it won't be too much and I can have something to contribute. So anyway, let's get into it. I just got chills. So this is probably one of my favorite sequences in this video because number one, in the video they actually use a turntable or a green screen turntable that they're standing on to get that effect from the music video. But the fact that they actually translated that into a move in real life using just footwork and also a move that they kind of already were doing in left right, that is just super cool to me. Can we talk about how Harvey, it's the Harvey era? Can we just, I'm just checking out everybody's shoes. Anyway, let's just start it from the start. High top shocks is insane. Right off the bat, I like how they practice this so much that even though they're all different heights, with Maya and Harvey being the tallest, they all sink down to the same level just so it's uniform. That's incredibly technical, I think, from non-dancer, obviously. And also the rate at which you're spinning, that's insane. Even the camera move, obviously very choreographed. Oh, the tight zooms. I love that you can hear their shoes clumping on the ground. Stomp, stomp. Classic diamond formation. I love that they always go back into the three things I notice in all of their choreography. They like to do the diamond formation all the way back into probably before Shooting Star, but it's the one I remember the most. They go into the specific um, stage left, and then diagonally going back, and then it's a nice showcase of them in a row. They also like going full horizontal with all the members the same distance from the viewer, and it's I remember there was a dance reactor I was saying that that's a very risky formation because you can't make a mistake. You can't hide behind other people. You can't hide behind the blocking of the formations, and everybody is just up front. You can see everybody making the same move, and if you make a mistake, it's so obvious. And I like the fact that XG always likes to go into like the full lineup. Nobody's making a mistake. Everybody's in sync, and it's just perfect. And the last one, which I believe started, oh my gosh, I could be wrong. I think it started in TGIF. They used it definitely in HESONO, where they line up and then they go into like a synchronized, what do you call this? Like a caterpillar sequential flipping effect starting from the middle. So there's that, they do that position in TGIF where they go into like the prayer move and the final drop. HESONO, they have that sequence where Jurin catches the what they call that, the towel. So they've used it a couple of times, and I love that even the choreography, they have this persistence, they have this consistency of the moves that they use, and that's just, that just speaks to the production and the team behind them, right? And their like their style, their exact style. I just worry for everybody's neck. that's a pretty strong snap. I love how it's kind of like I've always liked that move. It's not just your normal Vogue, but they have their hands creating those shapes into the tutting, kind of like a tutting plus Vogue move. But everybody is in sync. Everybody's creating the same shape. There, see? If you, even the angle, well, okay, Jurin's kind of a little bit off, but it's close enough, right? And obviously, Kokona doesn't want to knock her sick-ass hat off of her head. Ooh, I love that picture that makes. Everybody starting from the middle, and then the people on the sides create like a flower effect, and then that cues in Jurin to come in. I can dress casually, naturally, anything becomes a masterpiece. Look at a kick smash the T, 7 different looks like a magazine. That means every single day anything becomes a masterpiece. Look at a kick smash the T, 7 different looks like a 7 different looks on that line. Everybody in the back starts making a different look. Ah, that's so cool. Magazine, that means every single day becomes a fashion. They've also been doing a lot of this floor work. Somebody on the floor. Obviously Harvey's highlight is going to be the split, but people are on the floor, people are getting spun around on the floor, which I think they did also back in DGIF days, so that's pretty cool. And it's very tiring. Try doing some squats. See how tiring it is to go from standing to sitting, or do some like burpees or something. Going from standing to a lower position is very tiring. And Jesus Christ, Harvey. I'm like a knob, cause I'm always on the cover. Hitting with the pose and a splash to a fish show. Only Alan knows the match is the issue. Pretty girls walk like this, pretty girls talk like this. Couple chrome plates on wrist. I mean, who else do you know? Put it on like this. If you don't get it, that's not my problem. Changing my hair like my last name Rodman. Top off with the drip top to bottom. Anything that we rock, they be talking about it. Turn the hallway to a catwalk. Turn the sidewalk to a runway. So satisfying. Turn the hallway to a catwalk. With a kick? Oh, come on. That move could be so messy, but everybody does it in such good sync that it doesn't look distracting. That move, it just looks insynchronized, especially culminating in that like one snap at the end. That's really cool. That could look so messy if not done right. This studio is super sick, by the way. Yes, you can hear the sounds. I love that. Stomp, stomp. This was the other thing. I was talking about burpees and squats. Jesus Christ, try bouncing on your knees for a couple of seconds. Everybody's like, period. With authority. Oh, that camera whip is so... Jesus, okay. That is my absolute favorite part in this entire video. The sound, the choreo, the lyrics, everything. Just um Junata. I didn't notice if Kapona did a kick there. Ooh, I never noticed that. She does a in and out kick over there. Why would the 30? Hinata's expression with the smoky makeup. That's just. I need to rewind one more. With. And I never pointed this out in the reaction, but the hand motion that Hinata does is, of course, Spock's live well and prosper Vulcan salute. They don't call it out specifically, but that's a Vulcan salute. I always worry how many times have their elbows banged up there. Small story. In Girls' Generation, Soyeon, their maknae, has a reputation for having like super sharp elbows and always elbowing people in the hip and their arms and stuff. There's so many instances where she's done it to her to the rest of Girls' Generation. I just find that so funny that that's the first thing that comes up to my mind with that move because they're so close. They overlap as well. So I wonder how many times they actually bonked each other in the elbow. Nice. Lip cross into discography because there's miming headphones. I like how she's been doing that new freeze instead of the slightly more difficult the vertical freeze. I like how she's doing that on the ground version. She also did that in the Strawberry Festival, so I'd love to see that. That's nice. Keeping the facial expression too. Fire motion. So there's so many things I'm noticing in the choreography where it's reliant on their being in sync and thinking about the positions of their arms and their levels to make it look snappy, to make it look like razor sharp. So just in this sequence, everybody's hand has to be in the same position, even the angle of the hand. The wave of the arms, like where that starts and where that stops. The level, everybody has to be completely level. You can't have like one arm being lower than the other. Even this sequence, everybody has to have like the same level arm. There's so many places where I don't want to say lesser grooves, where if not handled correctly, it's gonna make it look sloppy. Jesus Christ, Harvey. Stop for a second. There. The all horizontal. Everybody completely in sync. All in a row. Everybody's same level stage front. And perfectly snappy. Everybody in sync. Fantastic. I love this sequence because it goes right with the audio. Dun, 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 dun. I always love this looking back, moving butt backwards. I think they first started doing that in Something Ain't Right. I feel it, it's there, boy, at the very start of the song. They started doing this move. I find that really cute. Just swallow it up. Harvey needs to cool the F down just a little bit. Just a little bit, please. For my sanity. Oh my lord. Okay. Sorry, I had a program open. Let's go into the Jesus Christ. Let's go into the fixed version now. Um, so we're not gonna they're not gonna have the benefit of like the whipping cameras and the cuts and everything. So all in one sequence. Let's see if we can notice anything different. As if we needed any more validation of how good they are. Camera so far. That is so good. I remember an interview before Chisa was saying that Something Ain't Right was one of their hardest choreographies. And you don't see it much in the video because of everything that's going on. But if you watch the choreography for Something Ain't Right, nobody is stopping to move. So you have sequences in other songs of theirs where people can move off to the side, they form into groups of three and four, stuff like that. But for Something Ain't Right, everybody is moving like everywhere all at the same time, and it's super tiring to watch if you watch like the whole choreography by itself. So it just reminds me of this where even Gala is now like a standout for me in terms of their choreography because everybody's always moving, nobody's stopping to take a break except to make like that like very deliberate accent moves. So I'm just increasing the respect of Gala even further. You'd think it was just like a simple folk song, but no, there's so much going into it as expected from them, right? Everybody's moving in a circle. God, I love when they go into these group freezes. It always reminds me of one of my all-time favorite choreos of them, which is the left right, where they group up together into the middle at the start of the song, and then they start doing the arm thing. Whenever they group up like this in this there's somebody in the middle and then there's arranged in the front and then they make poses. That's always what it reminds me of, and it's still one of my favorite things. And now Gala has so many of them. It's so cool. I love that. With that move perfectly timed with a sound effect. Snap, 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 move, snap, snap. So good. Just that one sequence. I love. And mind you, they're having to form these sequences, these layouts of their formations, where people are in different levels from front to back, and they're not looking at each other. You don't see them like checking to see if they're aligned. It's just pure muscle memory. I mean, there are lines on the ground where they can practice it, but still, it doesn't look obvious that they're doing it, and it's just like complete mastery of the choreography and the formations. Just even like let them react. They didn't have to put that there. Just put a shrug in there, just to match the beat. Why not, right? Pretty in black, highlighting the outfit, the body. I love all of the directions, more of their diagonal stuff, and then synchronizing everybody looking up at the same time. Damn. See, Maya is out of position here, but with one move, snap, snap, everybody's in the right formation. So sick. It's my favorite diagonal stuff. Snap. Bam. Vogue. And again, notice nobody's looking at each other, nobody's looking at anybody's feet, but they're able to move between and around each other to get into formation. Boy. See? It's so easy for somebody to trip here. Anybody can just like trip here, but no. I love that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boom. 7 different looks. It's like art fashionable lover. Always undercover and they put the head down. So sick. What a move. From crouching into a spin, and you have to land in position to do the kick move. Sienna, if this is you, you know. You know. Uh, Changing my hair and everybody's doing hair motion in the back. Yeah. I see you. I see you, Kakana. So lots, see everybody's like bouncing on their knees, up and down on the floor, different levels, changing up and down. That is so tiring, man. Even the Vogue move, they're crouching, semi-crouching. They're not standing up and walking and doing it. They're bending their knees and engaging the hips and stuff, the legs. Whew, I'm getting tired just watching these two. Yes. That part, more snappy stuff. Boom boom. I love it. Snap, 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 snap. Ooh. More knee work. And all of the knee work. Boom. Spinning Harvey so she can get into position to get up. But she gets spun clockwise. She has to spin to the right and then immediately turn to the left to match everybody else's choreography. That's just the details that are just... So she has to get spun to the right, spin just enough to face backwards, and then turn immediately around so she matches and catches up to everybody in the back with the formation. Snap. Yep, baby. Nice. Kokona gets half a second of rest before getting back into the formation. Walk. 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 Snap. And the mascara freeze. Damn. Okay, that's just too good. That's just too good. Whew. Well, I learned a little bit something more from the choreography, as I always do. Like I said before, I love when they release production stuff, behind the scenes stuff. I am still catching up to like XG days and extra XG stuff, but this is just... I always tell people this is really impressive, but we haven't even seen like the full power of XG when they're just focusing on the dance. When you show people clips from extra, and even move number one, we haven't even approached how difficult and how impactful and how powerful those dance sequences are. both and also individually and as a group. So people are starting to see, they're beginning to believe, and I'm here all for it. I'm glad I was able to check this out. Thank you, as always, for choosing to spend your time with me. I'm gonna catch you in the next XG thing. I might start working some other stuff on this channel, so don't be alarmed. XG stuff isn't going anywhere. I'm always going to be numero uno XG alphas. I'm always going to be there day one when I can, and maybe day 13 when I can. But I'm always going to do my best to try and bring some knowledge and watch these excellent performances. Watch the what's next with XG. So thanks again. Catch you in the next one. Peace.